Hello race fans, sim fans, RC fans, Racing 393. Today we've got a bit of a special video. It's not an unboxing because it's here, but that's only because I've already got it out. I'm going to show you the sort of the quality of this car. This is one of those ready to run cars from China, fairly common in the RC world, high performance, and we're going to give it a go and see how quick it is. In its standard form. It's four-wheel drive, very good quality, quite hefty, oil-filled shocks, geared metal differentials with grease, hopefully, in them. They feel very smooth, as you can see by there, and the back's nice. Reported 75 kilometers an hour, so we're going to test that. And then this will be up for sale. It'll only be used once. So yes, it will be used, but just for a couple of passes. We've got two batteries with it, 2,200 milliamp hour. I'll get them charged and we're going to plan to take this out. So that's how the video will go today. I'm going to do a very quick unboxing. It's not so much an unboxing video as like you would expect. It's just how I got it, how I received it, how well it's packaged, and a close-up of this ready-to-run missile. I'm hoping it'll be a missile anyway. So without further ado, let me get on to the getting out of the box for you to see in detail, although it's here, the art of editing, eh? And then we'll get it out for a run, and there'll be a link in the description below the video for you to bid and purchase this should you wish to do so. There will be a very small reserve on that. I want to get a little bit of money back. I've just bought this to show you guys, and then somebody out there is going to get from what I can gather, a pretty decent car. Anyway, thank you for watching this part of the video. Hope you enjoy the rest, and I'll see you later. This is the box it came in. The kit in question is the one at the bottom there. There's two variants that sort of are sold under the Explorer. What's the word I'm looking for? Explorer franchise. So you've got the top one, which looks like a bar jar bug, and the one below, which is the one I've got, more of the typical buggy, four-wheel drive buggy RC genre, if you like. Personally, don't know, the one at the top, I like that one. I prefer that without the rear wing on. I think the rear wing looks ridiculous. But the bottom one is generally what people go for. It's quite popular. There was one that came out before this one. I can't recall the name of it, but every YouTube channel in the world did it. The reason I didn't get it is because I'm not really that bothered about it, to be honest. But it had a lot of positive review, and I was impressed by what I saw. So I thought what I'll do is I'll get one myself. This one is reported to be an upgrade. We shall see. So the box it came in is a little bit battered. Let me just show you around the box. So a little bit of damage. Like I said, it's not a review. It's not an unboxing. Just my thoughts of buying ready to run RC cars. A little bit of damage. There's sort of a main picture of the car. I'm going to tip the box up here like this, and that's sort of the box art for the sort of the bar jar bug. 14 years and above. If it's reported to do anywhere near 75 kilometers an hour, that's pretty quick for a 112. So it's not very big. So that's we're going to be putting that to the test. Typical upgrades include, we've got oil-filled shocks, brushless motor, a 60 amp brushless electronic speed controller, they call it a governor. Your alloy gears, which I've been told we should check those for oil and grease, but they feel alright. I've already checked the car just to make sure it is in one piece, but yeah, so that's the box art. That's not what's in the box. So we'll get the box open Inside the box, it's well packaged. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but it does the job. The car is in the middle. You've got the boxes either side, which kind of, I would say, go over the suspension to keep the car in place. Transmitter is in the box at the end, and a few bits and pieces in there. So I want to get the car out so you can see it. We'll go over the bits and pieces in the car just so you can see what you got, give you my thoughts on it. Yeah, I suppose I said it isn't an unboxing, but I've got to unbox it, haven't I? So I suppose it depends how you look at this. Because we're going to get this out on the outside and get it for a run. So it will be used, but very, very minimal. You'll see that for yourself. So anyway, let's get this out. Let's get it kind of out on show so you can see what you got. Here it is. So, I mean, it looks all right. I mean, it doesn't, what do you expect from something that's ready to run from China? I mean, I've come in with this open-minded, considering that I've never had one of these. All I've seen is reviews and people ranting on how good they are. And I must say, on first impressions, looking at this car, on looks, it does look rather nice. It's well presented. The shock absorbers do feel okay, which I'll show in a second. It's got some nice metal parts on this, so it's reasonably durable, I guess. Also, it's surprisingly weighty. It's not a light car, it does weigh a bit. If I turn it over, it's got a full, it looks like it's got an aluminium style floor pan, nicely finished. It feels quite strong, feels quite weighty. The diffs feel very smooth. I've got to say that there is super smooth. And when you turn the whole drivetrain, you can feel that feels, I suppose, a little bit raunchy. But what I have noticed, it feels like it's got oil in there. It's definitely dampered. Maybe that one's got more oil in it on that side than this one. But it feels all right, nice and smooth. The front, we'll look at the front. They look at similar angles. I'm trying to get my hands away. That's nice and smooth. That feels exactly the same. So the back was sticking a little bit. It probably wants a bit of oil in there, if I'm honest. I'm in two minds whether to actually put oil in there. I might look at it. I'll let you know. You're seeing this for the first time like me. I mean, I took it out the box just to make sure it wasn't all hanging in bits and pieces. So yeah, so far so good. But you can see on closer inspection, I'll zoom in, it does look good. But in real life, I mean, I'm comparing this now to my normal, what I would call hobby grade kit built cars, Tamiya, Kyosho, so on and so forth. It looks cheaper. The components, although they're adequate and strong enough, and it is only a 112, it's kind of like crossover. To me, from the outside, looking at that with the shell on, it does look high quality. But I can see with my eyes in here in real time that it does look slightly cheap. I can see there with the front, I'm going to have to adjust that, the toe out. There's a bit of play in that, as you expect, for the linkages and things like that. But so at least it's got turnbuckles on. I mean, there's a lot of kits nowadays that come, high quality kits that don't have turnbuckles. They're normally an optional extra. So you can see the way they're done. I'm not sure how. You can see there that the track control arm, that's looking down at the front. The bit that sort of clips or was bolted in that case onto the hub, the steering arm, and then you've got the long bit which goes from the adjusted knuckle to the servo. It's quite long. You come across this side and the long bit is kind of near the wheel, the rotation, rather than they put it on backwards. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert in this, but you can see, yeah, that one's there, that's there, and it's towing out quite a lot on this wheel. So I will adjust it to see how that goes. But from the first off, it looks all right. I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed with the weight, which means it must have reasonably good quality parts on it. So we're going to take the shell off now, and we'll see how what we think on the inside. I'm just going to show you, we've got two batteries actually. So we've got one in the car and this one, which is the spare one, but I'll show you this one. It's a small size 7.4 volt, 2200 milliamp hour LiPo. It's going to put out quite a punch. This will be a reasonably good running time, what, 15 minutes or more, and it'll put some good performance out. So you've got the spare one. There's one that you can see in the car. So let me just take you a bit closer. Let's look close up. DINS connector on the speed controller and the battery. I'm guessing there's no, I mean, it's only a very small battery compartment, but I guess you probably could get a different type of battery in there, different size if you didn't want to use these ones. But I'm pretty sure these ones are more than adequate. We've got the on-off switch there, which I'm not going to switch it on at the moment. So looking inside, yeah, you can see what I mean. But right from the front, we've got like the servo, brushless motor at the end there, and the sort of they call that the 60 amp brushless electronic governor, or an electronic speed control. Looks very much like any other speed control rebranded. It's about the size of a Hobby Wing 1060, give or take. A small servo, you know, the arm's quite small. It's got a servo saver there with a spring on to stop any sort of damage, I guess. At least it's got, like, you know, the typical fan attached to it, so that'll keep it cool. I can't see it running too hot, and the brushless motor at the back there with some cooling fins. I'll have to have a look at what size motor that is in a second. I'm not sure myself, but overall, very impressed. Impressive considering the price of these things, and these are upgradable. There's bits you can buy for this, you know, motors, suspension, bottom arms, drive shafts, shocks. It's all fully upgradable to your liking. You can spend quite a bit on this other than buying the car yourself. So my first impressions for, I mean, this is a 112 buggy. I mean, it's, yeah, a little bit shocked actually. I wasn't expecting it to be quite the finesse. Actually, I think that there's the receiver. I'm just looking, actually, I couldn't see it. There's the receiver. It's got the on-off switch. That's just some capacitors there, so I could just see underneath that plastic covering. I'm not sure you can see them under there, but it looks like it's got a couple of capacitors underneath there, so to stop it overloading, I guess. Yeah. So the next thing to do is go over the other bits and pieces that we got. Also in the backpack, you get your charger. These are renowned like a USB charger, nothing spectacular. If that's all you've got, then it's okay to use. It'll take a bit longer. If you're getting one of these cars, the only extra thing I would recommend you buy is a decent charger. They'll charge at a much safer rate, a bit quicker, more reliable. But end of the day, if this is all you can afford, and you've only bought this to try it out just for now, then if you charge both batteries up, you've probably got a good half-hour running time when you're out and about. That's probably more than enough, to be honest. But it's just going to take a little bit of time. When I charge these batteries up, I'll probably use my normal charger for now. The usual wrench, getting wheels and things off, manual, and you've got like a hand controller, very basic, it's quite a small, I mean, it feels quite cheap, but you can control it one-handed, I suppose, if that's what you want to do. You've got a couple of switches on here, which I'll just show you a bit of a close-up. Trim, steering and throttle trim on there, which I suggest we start at like a neutral position. And that's all we've got really. It's only a 2-channel. I've got like an on-off switch here. Takes 4 AA batteries in there, so we'll get this charged and we'll take it out. We'll just do a run. Nothing too. I'm not going to do it for too long because, like I say, a link for this for you to bid on will be in the description. I'm going to put a very small reserve on this. If I get what I paid for it, all well and good. If I don't, then you've probably got yourself a cheaper 112 ready to run buggy, which is an apparently quite impressive speed-wise. I'll let you know at the end of the video. So I'm just going to go over some bits and pieces now myself, get the battery charged up, put some batteries into the transmitter, charge up my Sky RC, and go from there. And you'll see for yourself how impressive or unimpressed I am with it. I've got a good feeling for this, so yeah, look forward to it. I'll see you shortly. Just want to add, before I go out, this is the manual that came with it. And all these are the bits that you can buy, and they've got all the part numbers in here. So there's loads and loads and loads of bits and upgrades that you can get. Plus the instructions do show you how to disassemble or assemble the car, and it does come ready to run. But for maintenance purposes, at least you can have a look yourself before you dismantle it. And then you can put it back together. I think that's pretty neat, which proves it's very modular. So it's pretty much hobby grade than toy, definitely hobby grade rather than toy grade. And as you can see here, we're just flicking to the back. We've got all sorts of things. We've got the part numbers on there, bits and pieces that you want, or should you break anything, that's for the bits you need. So that's a good thing. So at least, you know, it's pretty worth getting some bits and pieces that you're likely to break, like I don't know, maybe they'll do drive shafts, couplings, any of the steering components, any of the wishbones, suspension, things that you might likely break should you hit anything. And that way this would be kind of a good porthole into the hobby. It'll open the doors for many of you, or you can just sort of stick with this. It'll either open the gateway to the hobby and the bottomless pit that the RC hobby is, or this would be more than adequate for your needs. I think you're going to be surprised on the performance. So without further ado, I'm going to get the rest of the car ready to run, and we'll get it out and see how we go from there. Okay, let's give it a go then. So we've got it here, we've got everything in, fully charged a 2.2 million, 2,200 milliamp hour. So I'm just going to get the tracking done first. This is for sale, as I keep saying, so I'm not going to trash it. It's on standard gearings as it comes out the box, to be honest. It's quick, give it that. Let's see what that does. So the thing is, I don't really want to rag the thing to damage it, so there's no point me going just flat in the battery, to be honest with you. So that's 43 miles an hour. You have to do your own conversions on what that is in kilometres. I think it says 75 kilometres an hour, so I'm sure it ain't that quick. Let's get it, because the battery normally, it normally on a LiPo battery, it goes better when it warms up. Right, let's see where it goes. So I think that's that's maximum velocity. I can't see it going much quicker than that. 43 miles an hour. That's 2 at 43. So 2 runs on a full battery, 43 miles an hour. So I'm going to try one more. Can't really go much further than that, there's no point really, to be honest. That is about it. It's got some awesome brakes on it, but that's about it. 42 miles an hour, so possibly it's at its maximum velocity.